We've made it 10 episodes deep. I'm gonna kind of take a sitting back role for this one because Kian had an idea today. What is this podcast? What are you gonna do for the two
Um,
hours?
well, I'm going to explain what happened today, my opinion on the club right now, what it's been like for the last 7 years, and where I stand on the whole thing. But I've got a list of what I'm going to address.
Mm,
So obviously we've got to start off with the Tottenham match.
yeah, of course.
As I said to you off thingy, um, that's the second time that's happened in 10 years.
Mm,
First one's against Man City, this time against Tottenham, and this one hurts because it was Jose Mourinho that did it to me.
yeah.
Jose Mourinho, the man we got rid of. Um, when Jose said 2 years ago that one of his best achievements was finishing second with that Man United squad, I was not happy with him, but looking at it now, he may have a point. He may have a serious point. It reminds me of when Van Persie left Arsenal to join United, and Arsenal fans were like, "Ah, snake," like burning like his shirt and all that. Then a few years down the line, people in Arsenal fans who were like, maybe he saw something and didn't like what he saw. He knew
Yeah.
what would happen. Just 6-1. It's no words, no words. Um, I've got a list of the squad, and I'm going to read
Nice.
out to you. This isn't the. This is the entire list of players that we have that we can use, and I just, like I said, I'm lost for words right now.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the goalkeepers. David De Gea. You know what? He isn't to blame for this game.
No.
There was nothing he could have done. I ain't going to touch on because that's the only one he took. Harry Maguire, um, drop because ever since he came back from his injury in, I think it was January, February time, he's been terrible.
Yeah.
He's saying we were, our team had the most clean sheets in Europe last season. Well, we've conceded 11 in 3 games. It's, we're 16th. We're 16th in 3 games in with a -6 goal difference.
That's West Ham level.
I know we're only
That is
three
where we
games
should
in.
be.
No, we're only 3 games in, but we needed such a strong start.
Yeah.
Now, Ollie has this tendency to, when he does do bad, he picks it up. I, I can't see it. We need to pull the plug on this story. We'll always have the night in Paris, but everything after that, no thank you.
Yeah.
I remember at the end of last season, people going, "Oh, you made it to 3 semi-finals." Obviously, it's good to get decent runs, but the fact that we couldn't win a trophy, and I told you this on another one, I think I said, Ollie is not the person to win us trophies. He's the man to build us. Well, I was wrong. He's really not. He's the man to bring us down.
Mm.
Now, I'm going to speak more about this later. I'm going to carry on with this squad. Luke Shaw, I want him taken out back, beaten with a baseball bat, and then thrown into a pond. Just what a terrible player he is.
Do you think it has something? I'm not making excuses for him, but do you think it has something to do with the broken leg?
The broken leg was 4 years ago now.
I know,
He was our
but
player of the season 2 seasons ago.
fair enough. I haven't really been looking at
No,
Man United
no
to be fair.
excuse whatsoever. Um, Eric Bailly again. He gave away one goal, but can I just update?
Yeah.
It's 5-1 Aston Villa.
Oh my god.
But on a more negative note, um, Alan Wan-Bissaka, best defensive right back in the league, being massively let down by the other three.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about the ones who don't play. Brandon Williams, get him in.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, wait. Get him on the bench, because that's where he needs to be, because
No, I
obviously
liked him. When he played against us, I
he's a
really
child.
liked him. Yeah,
He's
he's
a
a
child.
child.
I
Mbappe's a
don't
child.
want I don't want to overuse him and burn him out at a young age. It's the same with Greenwood. Now that Cavani's coming in, we can now put Greenwood back on the bench because I really don't want to burn him out and get like a Michael Owen where he peaks at 24 and by the time he's 28 he's at Derby County like Wayne Rooney.
True.
Greenwood's younger than me and you.
Yeah, that's scary.
Like, that's a lot of responsibility to be the number 11 at that age. Back on defenders. Phil Jones, I would play Phil Jones over Harry Maguire.
Jeez.
A month ago, I'd have said, I think we should keep Phil Jones now.
I
I,
I don't
I,
like
I,
him, but I see why he's still around.
Phil
He
Jones
can
never
produce.
conceded 6 goals. If you put, I know he's not a good centre back. He really isn't, Phil Jones. But if you put him, you can't put him next to Bailly because they'll both get sent off. Can't put him next to Lindelof because Lindelof is terrible. Can't put him next to Maguire because he's terrible. One Xavi, maybe. But the fact that
Yeah, but
now,
would you
in my
play Jones
opinion,
and Wanzabi? Like,
next game,
in Man United?
I think the next match, Maguire should be dropped and Lindelof shouldn't even make the bench. I say put Maguire on the bench. He is your club captain. I can't completely get him out, but
No.
we need to show him. Listen, this is what
Just
will
bec
happen if you don't play.
Yeah, just because you're captain doesn't mean you're always in the team. Like, look at Noble.
Ashley
Noble's on the
Young was
bench for us now.
captain. Ashley Young was captain last season. We had him on the bench most of the time because he stopped performing.
Yeah.
Because Ollie can be ruthless at times. Like he acts nice, but he can be ruthless. The problem with Ollie is
He needs to be. This is a time that he needs to be ruthless.
that he's a nice man. The players very clearly like him,
Yeah.
but they don't respect him.
No, I think
They
I
see him more as a friend than a manager.
I think
They're
they
not
do
playing for
respect him.
him. I don't think they respect him at all.
I think they respect him just because how can you not respect Ollie for what he's done at Man United as a player as well?
It's I can't see Ollie having respect after a 6-1 loss. When the only 2 games that we should have won have been against Luton and Brighton in the Carabao Cup in that 3-0 win.
Yeah.
Questions asked. It's getting serious now
Hmm.
because I'm not comparing us to them, but let's say down the line, look what happened to Nottingham Forest.
Forest and Derby, yeah.
Look what happened to them. Two-time European Cup winners, Forest are. Where are they? Can't even get into the playoffs in the
Mate,
Championship.
bottom of the championship at the moment, without a point,
Exactly, exactly.
after 4 games.
Marcus Rojo as well. He don't want to be at the club no more. Fosu Mensah, no, he's not good enough. Tegan Mendy, call him up. No harm playing him now. He's young. He'll actually fight for the club. If I was going into the next game, I'd have Wan-Bissaka right back, Brandon Williams if we can't get Tellez sorted by the next game. So Wan-Bissaka, Williams, and my centre back partnership. I'd go one Xavier Jones.
Jones?
I would go Jones.
Now that surprised me.
I can't see. I would like to stress and ask why we're playing Matic over Van der Beek.
Yeah, that is a stupid decision.
We paid 30 to 40 million for Van der Beek, and we're putting Matic ahead of him. Now, why would you play Matic against Mourinho? Mourinho managed Matic for many years. He knows exactly how to play with him and against him.
Yeah.
He knows all of his tactics, and it's not even the good Matic that he's playing. He's playing an older Matic.
Yeah, the
It's
one that's one
it's
step
so
behind.
stressful. It's so stressful to see such stupid mistakes because I think if we'd have had Van der Beek in that lineup, we would have done better. I don't think we would have won. I think it probably would have been 3-1 Tottenham,
Yeah.
but 6-1 because you got lazy, no running Matic in the squad. I'm not being funny. Juan Mata, for the past 2 games, has been our player of the match. Or king of the match, whatever you call it now.
Yeah.
Where's he there? If you're going to play anyone over Van der Beek, play Mata. He's made for this game. He's a creative genius. And that's what we need. Creativity.
You had nothing today. You literally had nothing. After the second minute, you had fuck all.
Bruno, another penalty, but other than that, nothing.
Yeah.
Attack Martial, Rashford and Greenwood. But Martial sending on. I've spoke to a number of people about this, and there's some who are conflicting and some who agree with me.
Yeah.
I can't believe that it was not even a punishment for Lamella.
People are saying, like, I'm in a group chat with Connor Tolley, Ben Plant, and Jack Warled, and they all said, because I wasn't watching the game, I was out at the time, and they all said it should have been a red for Lamella. I think he's gone. You're back.
Sorry about that. Something weird's just happened.
What?
I think you've just caught a paranormal thing happen. I've got a lock on my door. It's like a little thing in it, in a mail bin, you put it in the slot and then it locks.
Yeah.
It's somehow slowly just been pulled up and unlocked.
Fuck.
Oh, the demon's in here. Whatever. Red Devil. Let's go. Where was I? Oh. Yeah, Lamella not punished. Elbowed in the throat. And Martial should have been sent off. I'm not saying he shouldn't have been.
What did Martial do?
Oh, he hit him.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. So.
He hit him, but obviously because footballers don't hit very hard, it was a bit like a push.
Right.
Um, no, that's not an excuse for losing. We was crumbling anyway.
Yeah.
Like there was no way we were coming back from that point because we just crumbled. We crumbled somehow after we scored.
Yeah, you went 1-0 up in the second
One
minute,
nil
and I
up,
was like, I was looking at the
straight away.
score. I was just like,
I was
easy.
I was so happy, so happy. And then we conceded two in the space of 5 minutes.
Yeah. By the 7th minute, it was already 2-1 to Spurs, and I was like, what is this game? I wish I was watching it right now. But then,
Oh, if you
yeah,
want goals, then it's the perfect match to watch.
yeah,
um, yeah, no. If I had like a 3-word summary,
yeah.
um, I'd put club is dead.
Really?
Club is dead. It's been killed, and we're running out of chances to get the revive.
Do you believe it died in 2013?
No,
No.
no,
Okay.
no. We've had chances since then,
Yeah, yeah.
and we've squandered them all. I'd say we have 10 years to fix the club. If not, it won't ever be fixed.
Mm.
We have 10 years to sort it out. And my first bit of action, if I was in charge of the club, Ollie, thank you, but bye bye. Maurizio Pochettino,
Yeah.
he'd be my first option.
Or
If
Allegri.
failing that, or Allegri. Pochettino, I know he's not won stuff, but if you give him a club like Man United, so if you look at our squad,
Yeah.
that is not a bad team. It's just we're stuck with
It's a very good
someone
team.
who knows so little about tactics. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
If we play a big team, we go defensive, and that's all we do, and we hope for the counter. Oh yeah, it worked well with Jose Mourinho, didn't it? And if we play a small team, we go attacking, but that can be to our detriment because we attack too much and then we don't focus on our defence, which is very weak as it is.
Mm.
Like, it's stressing me out because they're such easy things to see.
Yeah,
And
like,
someone
we're
who's
not,
getting paid,
like,
someone who's getting paid to do this can't see it. He's the only one who can't see it. I don't understand it.
yeah.
Um, yeah, Pochettino, I think he would do well with us if we. I mean, we know he would be successful if we backed him or not, because Tottenham didn't back him for years.
He's
Tottenham
very,
really didn't give him the most of money,
no.
but it's the tactics that he has and the way he plays that gets him the results. He took Tottenham. I'm sorry, but that Tottenham team that made it to the Champions League final was worse than the team we have now.
100%. I mean, Kane's a very good player, but it takes more than one very
Oh
good
yeah,
player.
that's the thing. They've got world class. We've got world class players. Bruno's world class.
Pogba.
Uh, Pogba.
I I
Like
still think Pogba was one of the best players on the world on his day.
Pogba on his day competes with De Bruyne.
Yeah.
He really does. And we're signing him to a long-term contract, so he's seen something, but I don't know what he's seen because after that, why would you? Update. It is 6-2 with Liverpool. Aston Villa 6-2. What's happened?
Jeez.
Jesus. Um. Anyway, uh, I just what I said this the other day. I think we need to get a director of football in.
Yeah.
I think we should put Mike Phelan in charge of that because he knows the club throughout. He's been there since the 90s. Get It's either him or I think Rio Ferdinand would be alright in that position.
Mm.
Then Ed Woodward can handle the business side, the side where he actually would be good at,
Yeah.
not the football side.
Yeah, because football
Glazers.
clubs need to be run as a business. Obviously, you need to make profit, but a lot of owners now. This is what I hate about the game. A lot of owners now don't even like football.
We're slowly going from a football club to a
To a
business.
business. That's what
Like
we
I know,
did. That's what we did in 2010.
I said in like earlier, and Nottingham Forest thing can happen. Do I think we will ever be relegated in my lifetime? I'm going 90% no.
You'd hope
So
so.
obviously in football, anything can happen. So that
Yeah.
10% can be that anything. But do I think we'll be relegated? No. I think we are too big to be relegated.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing shades of Liverpool having to wait 30 years before they won their next league title. I'm seeing shades of that.
Not good.
The problem is, I'll attack Rashford, Martial, and Greenwood.
Yeah.
Rashford is 22, Martial is 23, Greenwood is 19. Now we're bringing in Cavani. Hopefully, it can install some experience and he can teach them. Because I'm not being funny, Rashford and Martial worked with Zlatan, so they will have learned stuff from him. Now they've
Yeah.
learned from the man who scored more goals at him than PSG. Like, he is a beacon of knowledge for them to learn of, especially Greenwood. Greenwood is the more particular one because Greenwood has had to switch around from right wing to left wing to striker. Edinson Cavani used to have to do that at PSG.
That is true. Yeah.
When Zlatan was up top, he'd have to either go left wing, right wing, or whatever. Even with when Icardi came to PSG last season, he had to keep switching it around. Do I think Cavani will pay off? I really don't know. The man is getting older.
Yeah.
Zlatan was older when he signed, but Zlatan is Zlatan. But do I think it could be like a Sanchez? Potentially.
How much did you
Um,
pay for him? Or did you get him for free?
but Cavani,
Yeah.
yeah, free.
Well then, obviously it's going to be quite big wages, but if he does flop, it's not as bad.
I want him to succeed, of
I
course.
want him to succeed. Sorry, my dad's calling me. I'll be back in a sec. Come in.
So I'll have a talk. I want Cavani to succeed. Um, he's been a very, very good striker throughout his career. Been scoring 10 plus goals for a whole decade, and only last season where he slowed down. But that's because he had Neymar, Icardi, Di Maria, and Mbappe competing with him. Um, I'm lost with the whole club right now. Like, I'm seriously struggling to see any silverware this season. I think that's gone. I said I wanted a trophy this season, which I don't think will happen now. I mean, we're in the quarter-final of Carabao Cup, but Oh, I don't know. I say we do a bit of a Louis van Gaal, call some of the youngsters up. You got mid defenders, you got Tegan Mendy, you got Lucas Bejka. Like, Chris Smalling, he's still at the club technically. I know he wants to leave, but if you tell him, listen, you're going to be something now because we need you, the man's been in the club for a decade. He's not going to let us down. He's never let us down, really. He was paired with Phil Jones for so many years. The Rojo, apparently he's unhappy. He wants to go back to Argentina, but right now he goes in over Maguire. The midfielders, sell Matic, get rid of Lingard. Oh my Christ. It's 7-2 to Aston Villa. Like, that is ridiculous. Don't be sorry about that, like issues, but if I'm being honest, the club is in disarray. Really is. Like, I don't even know what to do anymore. The whole thing with Ed Woodward, just looking at him, like, I wish I could hit him. I really do. I wish I could just give him a right hook, right in his stupid face. He's scum to the club. Scum. The Glazers, massive letdowns. Hopefully, someone buys us. If we get Saudi owners, I'm not even going to care. I've had a lot to say about the Saudi owners, but I'll take them right now. The whole thing with Jadon Sancho's been a complete mess as well. Like, you should realise very early on that if a move's going to happen or not. You don't drag it out over an entire window. It's our draw. It's going. Because who wants to come and play for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Who wants to? What tactical genius is he? What's he done? Biggest accomplishment was beating Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League. Finished second with Malta.
Sorry about that,
Got
mate.
Cardiff relegated. So I'm just having a bit of a rant about the structure of the club.
Yeah, that's so good. That's so good.
Um, yeah, just can't believe it. I was saying I wish I could punch Ed Woodward.
I mean, wanting to punch your owner, I'm down with that.
He's not our owner.
Well,
Glazers are our owners.
he's high up, isn't he?
he runs the show.
Yeah.
He's a joke of a man.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it's just pathetic, really.
Yeah.
We're the biggest club in the country, and I'm having to watch that. I mean, coming from an outside perspective, what are you thinking?
I think it's ridiculous, mate. Honestly, I think like seeing that scoreline 6-1. Like you said, Man United is the biggest club in the country, and I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what Liverpool fans say. Well done, you won a league and a Champions League. I don't care what City fans say. I don't care what Chelsea fans say. Man United are the biggest club in the country. They have the biggest following, and you're just letting like the owners are just letting their fans down. That's all they're doing. Like a team like you should not be losing 6-1 to Spurs. Like honestly, a team like bloody any Premier League team, even Fulham shouldn't lose 6-1. It's just ridiculous. And your start to the season has been awful. And I just feel like the football you're playing, the players have no drive. They had drive last season. This season they have no drive. You've got a young attack, yeah, you've got one of the deadliest attacks in the league. But if you don't have a midfield and you don't have a defence, which you don't at the moment, you're not going to win matches.
Um, I'd say our hopes of silverware this season are gone.
Oh, 100%. Are you at the cup or?
No, we're still in the Carabao Cup quarter final. We're playing. Who was it? We got in the next round. I think it was Everton.
No, you're not winning that.
Jesus, what's Calvert-Lewin going to do to us in that?
I know. Richarlison
Um,
as well.
we're not going to get top four unless we get rid of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think if we got in someone, then we could potentially get top four, but I want more than that.
Yeah, you're a
Um,
Man United fan. You should be going for the title every single year.
yeah, exactly. Um, if Ole Gunnar stays, I think we'll finish 8th or ninth.
You're going to turn into the new Arsenal and Chelsea. Top four,
No,
top four one year. No,
no.
no, no. Top four one year, sixth or seventh the next. If he
I
stays,
mean, we've been doing that for 7 years.
I guess. Yeah.
Arsenal are just they only finished in top four and now haven't done it since Wenger left.
True. I will look at your
Um,
comments in a minute, guys.
I am struggling to see what positives we can get from the season unless Ollie is sacked.
Yeah.
Champions League, I literally said 2 days ago to a friend, why are people writing us off? We beat Paris. Like, we can win this group. We're going to lose to Istanbul. Istanbul Başakşehir, if that's how you pronounce it. I do
I have
apologise
no idea.
if I've obliterated that pronunciation, but
Mate, welcome to the Liam White channel. Like, obliterating names since 2001.
Cripps, I agree. Uh, it isn't losing 7-2 to Aston Villa. I think that is more embarrassing because Tottenham are a good team.
Yeah, yeah, Tottenham are a good team, but...
I'm not
Wait,
accepting it in any way.
7-2?
7-2, yeah.
Oh my god. Ollie Watkins has probably got 5 or something. The week I take him out of my fucking
Um,
fantasy league team.
I agree, Cripps. We should get in Poch or Allegri, as I said. Hell, I'd even take. I'm gonna search up the free agent managers, available coaches. So there's Valverde. I wouldn't take him to be honest. Pochettino, of course, good. Um, Allegri, yep, I'll have him. Sarri, I'd actually have Sarri over thingy now. Sarri won Chelsea Europa League.
Grealish got two. Jeez.
Laurent Blanc, I know he's not managed in 4 years, but I'd take him over it now. Do
I
we give
would.
Big Sam Allardyce a chance? He
I mean,
always
would he
gets the
do better than
subjective.
Ollie? Like, would he do better than Ollie, Big Sam? On a like serious question here.
Yes.
I
Yes, he
think he
would.
would. I think he would.
I
And
think
that,
Sam Allardyce, I don't want him. I'm just clearing up now. I don't want him, but he would do better than Ollie. Because Sam actually, if you tell him, right, I would like a trophy this season, if you could finish top four, even contend, then do it. He would meet the objective. He
I
is
mean,
Mr. Consistent.
yeah, that's for sure. I
Um,
can't be doing that.
it's just sad to see my club go into disarray.
Yeah.
Um, alright. I may be gone for a few moments. If you wanna talk about whatever you want about the club, you can. I'll be back in a moment.
Okay. But I've got a little verdict. Like, the fact that a Man United fan has just said Big Sam Allardyce will do better than their current manager. No offense to Big Sam. I love the geezer. I absolutely love Big Sam. He's a West Ham legend. Like, he generally is. Like, no jokes or anything. Big Sam is a West Ham legend. He's got us our highest finish in like 20 odd years. Seventh place twice. Like, he's done wonders for the club, but he's a mid-table manager. He's not a high-tier manager. It's like Sean Dyche going to, like, if Sean Dyche was to be picked up by, well, Eddie Howe's a good manager and he's young, so he might actually work with Man United philosophy. But like, the fact that I don't know, the fact that just like Sam Allardyce would do a better job is bizarre. Like, Sam Allardyce should not be better than the West Ham United manager, than the Manchester United manager. It's just not. It's just not right. Sentence should not be correct, but it actually is, and that's the scary thing. Callum Wilson's free up. I think he forgot how overpowered chips are this year. Come on, Wilson. Um, yeah, I just think Man United are in absolute disarray. Kian said it himself. Like, the club's just in a meltdown at the moment. Should not be losing 6-1. Manchester United as well. This is Man United. This is the biggest club that England have. Some would say the biggest club in Europe. Financially and fan base, potentially the biggest club in Europe. I've had one shot, scored it, brilliant. Um, yeah, and I can't believe Aston Villa are winning 7-2. They've had 29% possession, and they're just battering Liverpool. What has happened today in the Prem as well? What was the Arsenal score? Hold on a second, guys. Premier League. Get off fantasy. Premier League. Should not be losing to this team as well. Like, it's the most basic Premier League team there is. I need to swap Jorginho actually. And Trent. Do I next time the ball goes out? Go on. Easy. It's 2-all. I was meant to do it at the start of the game, but right. I'm just gonna go on a little diversion. Sorry, I'm concentrating. Shit. Yeah, yeah, nice, nice, nice. Good tackle. Well, let's go. Let's go, Alex. Let's go, Alex. This is why I paid big money for you. This is why. Alex Texiera! Please! Someone! Yes, 3-2. Anderson Talisca. Let's go. I haven't got a good team as well in this account. This is a brand new account, by the way. This isn't the Road to Glory. I mean, technically it is, but I just bought 10 hours to get used to FIFA more. Easy. Our ball. Well, you know what? I'll just speak about FIFA for a bit. Just keep the tone down. Keep the tone down. You know. Keep the tone light. This year's FIFA is amazing. Look how the menus are stupid. Menus are absolutely stupid. Callum Wilson is through on goal. Oh, that should have been a goal. Go on, Fernando. Nice win on that. Nice win on that. Oh.
Well, possession tells you everything. Nothing really to split the two teams up. You have to say it's been an enthralling encounter up to now. Both teams playing some really expansive football. You just wonder what the coach will be saying after this game. Who's going to win it?
Oh, wait, what? I went to a heavy talk with Schalke there.
Let's get the latest on the injury situation from our pitchside man, Jeff Shreves.
He landed really awkwardly on his shoulder there and is in some discomfort. But he's a tough cookie. I think he'll stay out there.
Cheers, Jeff. Not the best clearance. Jorginho, but it can't get through. And the conditions look pretty good for the counter-attack. Will it be sufficiently imaginative? Might be able to get in behind it. And he's kept it out. Fully stretched.
I'm really concentrating, guys. I'm really concentrating.
No, I'm back.
Hello, back.
What is it? God, 7-2. That does make me feel better. Really does. At least we lost to a big team.
Yeah.
They lost to
some people that are tipped for relegation. Some people tip this team for relegation. What ball?
I did want to take a moment to talk about the previous managers in front of, behind Ollie. So we'll go by most recent. So we'll go Jose Mourinho. I keep getting asked now, since we lost to them, do you regret sacking him? No. I don't. I thank him for the 3 trophies and the second place finish, but he was causing disarray in the club, kept falling out with the players. It just didn't work out.
Yeah. Sometimes it
This
doesn't.
one, this one with Louis van Gaal, I was annoyed at that one. I felt he did wonders with the youth, absolute wonders.
Yeah.
Got Marcus Rashford, gave Jesse Lingard his chance. I think if Van Gaal would have stayed, Lingard would have become a better player.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, got us an FA Cup.
Did.
Like, how can you sack a man after he gets you an FA Cup? Genuinely, are you seeing the leaked stuff where they was actually hoping he would lose?
No.
There was some leaked thingies, like where they're talking about when he loses the match, that's when we can get rid of him. Obviously, that's not like a quote. That's just essentially what they were saying.
Yeah. Allegedly. They threw it out. Or was it confirmed?
Oh yeah, people know it. Yeah, I would have given Louis van Gaal more time. I know he finished 5th that season, but hey, after that result, I'll take 5th.
Yeah.
We keep Ollie. The man before that, your current manager, David Moyes.
David Moyes.
I said it when we was on. It was me, you, and Drew. I
Yeah.
feel like looking back, we should have given him more time.
You gave him 8 months. 8 months
His
to
first
follow
his first
Fergie.
season was terrible. Let's not get it wrong. It
Oh,
was an
it was
awful
awful.
season.
But you're
Finished
following
7th.
in the footsteps of Fergie. Fergie chose you. That is pressure.
Huge pressure.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, I did that actually.
with the people he wanted to get in and the fact that the club wouldn't bring him in, no wonder he did bad.
Yeah.
But it's not like we had a mid-table side. He
Oh
made
no.
mistakes with one thing that his biggest mistake was Rio Ferdinand in not using him correctly.
You tried to play him
Where,
every single game, didn't he?
well, by the time it got to 2010, Ferdinand's legs were starting to give. So
Yeah.
Ferguson knew, right, we'll play, then he'll miss the game. We'll play, then he'll miss a game. Then he'll play, then he'll miss a game. You had to properly rotate him because his legs were giving out, and plus he had at that time he had some serious like private problems. Obviously, his wife dying of cancer,
Yeah.
so he was not in the right mindset at all. Um, should have used him better. Vidic, again, his legs were going. I would have. He didn't use Phil Jones enough. Phil Jones could have been something good. Really could have been something good. Just he never had the right development.
True.
Um, I'd say the one like I said, the one who I wanted to keep was Van Gaal. I know he didn't play the most exciting football, but I generally did see promise there. When Ferguson left, who would I have wanted to take charge? At the time, I wanted Mourinho, but he just went back to Chelsea. There's people going, why didn't you give Giggs the job full time? Because he wasn't ready. Who would I have taken at the time? I think a good replacement would have been what's his face? Oh my god, I've actually forgot his name, and he's a huge manager. Um, Ancelotti. I'd have got Ancelotti in.
Yeah,
I
he
thought
would
we
have
should have
done.
got. If we would have got Ancelotti this summer, we would have gone. Listen, like, thanks for third place, but go on. Ancelotti would have been him or Poch.
Yes, Drew. Everton are still top.
They are indeed. Um, I'd take Ancelotti right now. I'd love Ancelotti in my club.
I'd have Ancelotti at my club. Look at the names he's bringing into Everton, and that's Everton. No offense, Drew, but
I
you're not a
can't believe Everton have
top
a better
six.
manager. Everton have a better manager than Man United, Chelsea,
Yep,
Arsenal,
yep.
right now Man City, because Pep is seriously dropping.
Yeah, but Pep's a better manager.
I don't know.
Don't
I'd
know
much rather have.
actually. I don't know
I'd rather have
actually.
Ancelotti. I'd rather have Ancelotti in my club than Pep.
Yeah,
And that's not just because he's managed Man City and all that. To be honest, I don't care. I'd take Brendan Rodgers in my club right now. But
I mean, if someone offered you Pep, you're not going to say no to him at this current
right
situation.
now, no, of course not. But Pep, obviously, he lost his mum, COVID,
Yeah,
and I think his mind has gone.
which is obviously completely understandable.
Like every time they concede, you could see it on his face. He's not bothered. He's uh, like he has bigger issues right now.
Yeah.
Will I take Pep right now? Of course I would.
I think you'll
It,
take
it,
anyone right now, to be honest.
no,
We'll just take like Eddie Howe, free agent manager.
yes, I would, but he would not be. He wouldn't be in my top 10. I don't think he'd be in my top 20.
Yeah.
Would I take him over Ollie? Yes. I actually got asked that, and someone went, "Oh, but Eddie Howe just got relegated with Bournemouth." Well, Ollie got relegated with Cardiff.
Yeah. And couldn't even, like, he wasn't even good at his Swedish team or wherever he was.
Like I
Was
said, the free agent managers right now, Valverde, no, I wouldn't take him. Poch, get him in now.
he? Yeah.
Kiki Setien, the most recent Barcelona manager. To be honest, that's not his fault. That was the club. That wasn't him. I would have him. Allegri, I'd take him in a heartbeat. Sorry, I'd take him. Spalletti, I'd definitely take him.
Are you saying right now Poch is the best free agent manager?
Yes,
Yeah, I agree with
100%. Him and Allegri are the top two.
that. Yeah.
If I could choose one from a club, uh, Ancelotti at Everton. I don't think Ancelotti would say no to Man United.
No, neither. I don't like it's Manchester United.
Or
I reckon maybe halfway through the season he would say no because he would want to complete his season at Everton. But if you went, please sign for us at the end of this year, he'd say yeah. Who wouldn't? It's Man United.
I'll take Rodgers.
Brendan Rodgers is a really underrated manager in my opinion.
The visitors' possession stats are brilliant, and
I
also
mean,
their
I know
defensive
he managed
performance.
Celtic, and
That's why they're winning, and that's why
Celtic
they're
had
one of the best
guaranteed
teams.
victory even with like a goldfish in charge. But
It wasn't guaranteed. Steven Gerrard came in and revolutionised Rangers, and Brendan Rodgers still handedly held off Rangers
Wilson,
true,
alert piece of defending.
with a decent Hearts team as well chasing. Celtic don't have that good of a team. They can't even qualify for the Champions League.
true.
The ball with Rodri.
Um,
Got himself forward pretty
I
well.
would take Rodgers right now. I'd take the Wolves manager, Nuno.
Nuno Santo, yeah.
I'd take him. He'd be great. You know what? I'd take in Big Sean.
Daishi,
I would take Dyche.
yeah,
Sorry, who's gonna say no to him?
true. What he's done at Burnley is mad.
Imagine Sean Dyche as manager, and then what I want, getting Roy Keane as assistant manager. With Duncan Ferguson as the first team coach. You're going to be too scared to lose. I'm not the biggest fan of Roy Keane as a person,
Said
but
some questionable stuff in his time, but
Substitution time.
as a coach, as like a second in command, hell yeah. Oh my god, this guy's just subbed on Cristiano Ronaldo.
thing is,
It's
with
day
Roy Keane,
three.
Anderson Talisca.
Roy
Sorry, mate.
Keane would treat a bad pass as a crime.
And they trouble the opposition this time.
If Maguire did, you heard him in that on Sky when
Yeah,
Maguire
slating Harry.
against Tottenham. Maguire and the hair. I'd be throwing punches. I wouldn't let him on the bus.
Yeah, that was funny. John
I
Stones has
mean,
Ronaldo in his
it'd be a
back
bit
pocket.
awkward with it'd be a bit awkward with Ferguson because obviously him and Ferguson do not get on at all,
No.
which is a shame
What
because
is the story there?
Roy Keane was getting older and he was very influential still. So Alex Ferguson was like, "I've got to be in charge of this team. You're getting older. We're going to get rid of you as soon as possible." So they slowly did it over 3 years. They slowly
absolutely brilliant goalkeeper.
tried pushing him out.
Wilson.
Yeah.
It started off with in training.
There wasn't much on that offside
Um,
position. Could have been a
our assistant manager at the time, Carlos Queiroz, who's a good manager himself.
Rodri.
Um, he never really liked Roy Keane,
Opportunity here.
but when he was young and was the heart of the team, like no, you had to respect him and keep him in there.
Opportunity.
Yeah.
But I remember, I think Roy Keane broke his.
Cleared away.
I think it's when Haaland injured him,
Oh Jesus, yeah.
and then when he came back, the first training session, he threw a bib at Roy Keane and went, "You go stand up front." Like, the disrespect.
Probably the ultimate team player, Heung-min Son.
And then they went on a pre-season tour to, I think it was Portugal, and they gave everyone these really good, like, villas and all that. Roy Keane got the worst one, despite being captain. And he had, like, 5 kids, so it really did put a strain on things. Then it calmed down because the whole David Beckham situation happened. So that's where the tension was when Alec Ferguson kicked a boot in Beckham's face. So it calmed down. Then things started to really escalate in 2005 when he was injured for a match, and so it was no, Gary Neville was supposed to do the Man United fan TV like for the website. Like a review of the match. Like they'll watch the highlights and then like they'll talk about what was happening.
Yeah.
Man United just lost 4-1 to Middlesbrough, and Gary said, "Oh, Roy, since you're injured, do you mind doing this for me?" And Roy was like, "Sure, sure, no problem." And he absolutely ripped them. Like, according to Alex Ferguson, he went too far. According to Roy Keane, he didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah.
According to Gary Neville, he didn't think it was that bad, but he said some things.
I
Um,
think as the captain, like ripping your team on national TV, the teammates, your
it's not
manager's not
national
going to
TV.
like that.
It's just on. It was just on the club website. But
Oh, right, okay.
Roy's point was, what was I supposed to do? Ah, well done, lads. You just lost 4-1
To a not very good Middlesbrough team.
to an all-right Middlesbrough team. The Middlesbrough that went to European football, but still,
Yeah, but it's Middlesbrough.
yeah. And that was the final straw of Ferguson. Ferguson was called the whole players in, and then Gary Neville said the moment that he knew Roy was leaving was when Ferguson said, "We're going to get everyone to come and watch this video," and Roy went, "Okay, let's go then." Okay, and then they watched the video. There was some players who didn't like Darren Fletcher and Van der Sar didn't like it, but he always didn't really say anything because, to be honest, they was all too afraid of Fergie.
Yeah.
And then at the start of the 2005 season, 2005-06 season, they got him in the office and then was like, right, we're gonna release you. We're gonna terminate your contract. Thank you for 11 and a half years of service. And then Roy Keane was like, I've been here 12 and a half years. I came in the first year, we won the double. And then I was like, oh really? Oh well. And then he asked them, can I sign for another club then? And they went, yeah, we just got to get this signed. Turns out he couldn't sign for anyone until January. So they lied about that.
Yeah.
And then that's when he signed for Celtic, but by that point, I think his passion was gone.
The scary
And
thing,
that's
like
when he was fired.
the upsetting thing is he still bleeds red. He still bleeds United.
He was our heart and soul for many years.
Yeah. Even though the way the club has treated him, he still bleeds red, which is admirable in itself.
In that Tottenham game where it was talking about De Gea and Maguire, I could generally see the hurt.
Yeah.
I could see him struggling. Well, what do you think of Roy Keane?
I think he's a bit of a madman, obviously, but if you got him in as second, the team would improve because people are scared of Roy Keane, like physically scared of Roy Keane, and they know if they don't perform, they're going to get a bollocking from Roy Keane, and that in itself will boost the club. And just having a legend around, just having someone that bleeds the club around again, because obviously Gigsy's still part of the staff, right?
Who?
Giggsy, he's
No,
still part.
Ian.
Is he not?
Left in 2016 when Van Gaal left.
Yeah, I know, but I still thought he was part of the staff. I didn't realise that.
No, Mourinho
Um,
brought in his whole new stuff.
right, fair enough. But yeah, like you don't really have anyone that bleeds the club anymore. Like we've got Kevin Nolan. Okay, he played for other clubs as well, but and a lot of the like big teams have someone around. Arteta at Arsenal, Lampard at Chelsea.
We have Mike Phelan. I don't know why he's not helping Ollie more.
Yeah, but he didn't play, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Did he? I don't really know about the history of
United.
United. Don't really know about the history of United, mate. I haven't really researched it.
Nicola Pepe.
But
Mike Phelan played for us for
Pepe.
a few years.
Chances on.
Yeah, he
fair
played for
enough.
us for 5 years in the
Let's
90s.
say a big thank you to the
There you go
goalkeeper.
then.
That was
Yeah,
it.
but like still,
Well, that's
I
as
just
good as
think
a
it'd be
goal
good
as you'll
to
get.
have someone
Brilliant
that
save. Oh,
properly
a lifeline in this game.
bleeds
Oh,
United, cares
another
about
brilliant
United, is a fan
ball.
of United around.
Well, here's the replay, and it
And
looks
being Roy
exactly
Keane,
as
it
he
just
needed
makes.
to
Oh
look.
my god,
And
I've
he
just
gets up with
conceded
the
to a
header.
Lindelof
Quite
header.
frankly, it's a lovely finish. Brilliant goal.
You
Well, they're
conceded to
picking it up
Lindelof.
again.
Yep.
2-1 the current state of affairs.
That means he must be terrible.
Well, by playing keep ball like this, they're keeping the
I
opposition
mean,
in
I'm winning
check.
2-1 against a team with Ronaldo in, and
Jorginho.
Lindelof scored their goal.
Well, it's one pass after another. Using all his
Come
defensive
on, I
acumen
charged
to
that.
cut it out.
Well, there's a saying in football, Derek, that you always get one more chance. They need that chance right now. The fans feel it might be coming too.
I just don't even know the state of the club anymore.
Here, 5 minutes to go,
No.
and just one goal between them. He's in with a chance.
We're in disarray.
Surely. Well, last gasp defending, but brilliant defending.
Um, let's touch lightly on Liverpool losing to Aston Villa.
Wants to attack from the
Happily.
wide areas. Time is
What's
against them. They have work to do.
what's the title situation looking like now?
Ndidi.
Everton are top.
The
I
ball
don't know
is
if
lost.
Leicester. Villa's definitely up there.
I
Villa's
don't,
got
I don't,
3 wins from
I
3.
don't think Everton will win the league.
Oh, I thought you meant like what's the state of the
No,
league right now?
like what's happened with the title challenge?
I don't know.
Totaling up all the stoppages.
I had
Two
Chelsea
additional minutes.
at the start of the season. I no longer have
Oh
Chelsea.
shit.
I don't have anyone. From the way everyone's performing, Leicester, but they've just lost to us 3-0. Like,
He'll have a go here. Fernandinho
Arsenal,
toiling. Looks
oh my
promising
god,
this.
nah, surely not.
Now Son.
they looked alright today against Sheffield.
They did,
Reguilon.
but they
Lost to
looked
Space
Liverpool,
to
but
cross it.
terrible against us. I mean, I know they got a 2-1 win,
Oh, a
but
tremendous block.
they didn't look
That's
good
it.
against
The
us.
referee blows his whistle for full time, and it's
Spurs?
not too sure. If they can get a league title, that would be very good for them.
I think Spurs is probably the one up there. Like, if anyone's still in the chat, what you think's gonna win the league? First dub, let's go. First dub with the new account.
It's a really weird league table.
What we got? Everton top, Villa second, or
Sheffield have no points.
no?
Maybe do Burnley. What's happening there? What
Don't know.
is second season syndrome with Sheffield?
I called it in my predictions.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's happening in this league, and I don't know what's happening with my own club. It's really painful to watch. Really is. I can imagine it's painful watching your club at times.
Not at the moment, to be honest. At the moment, it's all right.
Yeah,
But
but I mean over the like past few years.
oh, last year it was horrible to be a West Ham fan.
Man United, past January, really good to watch.
Yeah.
Then such a disappointing end. Because we didn't win Europa League, we didn't win the FA Cup. I know we finished third, but that's not enough for me. I want more.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to touch up on is Jadon Sancho and that whole saga.
Yeah. Say that one again.
I I don't even know what's happening with that anymore. I don't know what's happening. And to be honest, I don't care anymore about it.
No,
We're not going to sign him. We need to stop dragging us on.
it's not going to happen. Just
Because it's not fair on us. It's not fair on the team who think, oh, we could get a genuine world-class thingy here. It's not fair on Ollie, because holding up his potential tactics, not that he hasn't any.
tactics, Ollie. What? No, bit harsh, but sure he does have tactics, but just not on show.
His tactics just terrible ones.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never felt more embarrassed during the transfer window in my life. And I was around for when we sold Ronaldo and going Owen, Overton, and Valencia.
Hmm.
Don't get me wrong, Valencia was good.
I was
We
about to
never
say
did live up to
Valencia.
his potential. Never lived up to his potential.
No,
Don't get me wrong, I think at one point he was the best right back in the league.
and you bought him as a right mid.
I still remember his goal this season against Everton. Ah, that was a beautiful, beautiful time. You know what? Like, I'd say, since Ferguson left, my favourite season was Jose's first season.
Was that 16, 17?
Yeah, that's the Community Shield, uh,
FA
League Cup,
League Cup,
and
yeah.
Europa League. I know he finished sixth, but I really didn't care.
No.
Trophies. That's what this club is. We win stuff. We were serial title winners.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm being realistic about the club, we need to stop demanding silverware for now, and we need to demand growth and change at this club.
Yeah, go for you can't go for silverware if you're going sideways or
You
backwards.
can't you can't run before you can walk.
Exactly. You need to
This
improve before you can challenge again. And that's from the top down, in my opinion. Sorry, lads, I think he's eating his dinner. And unlike me, he will eat on stream. He actually has manners.
um I don't even know. Ole Gunnar Sol like they're ruining the legend of Ollie. Because now
It's definitely
when we look
tarnished.
when we look back on that '99 Champions League final, it's like Sheringham with the first goal and then Ollie got the second.
He was a hero.
Like
Till he joined the
that's what
management, he was a hero.
that's why we're careful with Giggs because Giggs, like I said, is destined to manage Man United. We just want to wait until it's ready.
He's a genius as well. He's actually a football genius.
We'll definitely get the team's fitness up. The way he moves still to this day, at the age of 49, ridiculous.
Yeah.
The way he could move at 40. There's that clip when he was 39 and he was outpacing the entire Aston Villa defence. He's a freak.
He is. He is
He's just
a specimen.
he is. He goes against science. Same with Brock Lesnar. He goes against science. Same with Keith Lee. He goes against science. Someone that big should not be able to do stuff that he can do.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury. How can someone 6'9" move like that? I know we're compared to other sports, but I think I don't even think Pochettino is our long-term manager.
Well, your long-term manager is going to be Giggs.
I think Poch lasts
3 seasons max.
4. I think he'll last 4. He'll do if we got him now, if we sacked Ollie now, he would get us top 4. Second season, he would be challenging.
Yeah.
Same with the second season, he'll get a challenge, but then I think he would win us a trophy. I don't think he'll win the league with us, but I think he'll win us another trophy. And then I think he'll get an offer from somewhere and he'll leave us. And then depending on how well Giggs has done, that'll be the time.
So in 5 years, you're saying Giggs could be ready.
Or failing that, if we still think he's not ready, I don't even know who the next one would be. Who's the RB Leipzig manager? Nagelsmann?
Yeah.
The young manager, he'd be alright.
He's done wonders. Obviously, they've got Red Bull money. But
Who's the Dortmund manager?
I don't know, I can see him, I just can't remember his name.
I'd take him. Oh, why couldn't we sign Haaland this January? Literally, he turned up to Manchester to meet Ollie with his dad. And then the next day, he goes to Dortmund and signs the contract. How disrespectful can you be? Another reason why I want Ollie out. Can't bring in players. He's brought in Van der Beek, which is a good signing.
Yeah.
Brought in Cavani, who was a free agent, so anyone could have got him. And Tellez. Now, Tellez is good, but he's not the highest profile name.
Which I think's quite good.
Don't make no difference to me as long as you're playing well. I don't care how big of a name you are.
Yeah. Who would have thought a couple of years ago, not even a couple, like last year, that Brandon Williams would be in the Man United starting 11.
People talk about Ferdinand and Vidic, but no one ever mentions Dennis Irwin.
True.
Our best ever left back. You know, I'll say he's in our top 5 defenders ever.
Yeah.
He really was great. Mr. Consistent. For the day he left. For the Wolves, I think it was. It's a very hard time to be a Man United fan right now. And I know I get a few Hull fans saying I should be more grateful. just because your club has never had anything. Actually, no, I will bring up that point. Paul, what's the most you've had? You've spent, what was it, 5 seasons in the Premier League altogether. We won the Champions League twice. We won 13 league titles. And now I'm left with nothing. Don't tell me I'm ungrateful because I want the club to succeed. Just because you're happy in League One because you're second and you're still below Lincoln, may I add, doesn't mean I have to be happy with my situation just because, you still one of the biggest clubs in England, you're still competing for trophies. I don't want to be competing for trophies, I want to win them. I want all the trophies.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be back in the Champions League. And if things had gone well with Mourinho, I wanted to be competing for that and winning it. If I'm being honest, where do I think I'm going to finish in the Champions League group? I think we'll finish third. And we'll drop down into Europa League and we still won't win it. I know I made a joke earlier about, I think we're going to lose with Istanbul. I don't think we will. But
I don't
no,
see you beat. I don't see you beating PSG, and
no,
Leipzig have a very good team.
Leipzig would be tough.
It's second between Leipzig and Man United, and for me, I think Leipzig just pips it, probably by a solitary point or even goal difference. But the way you're leaking goals is going to be your downfall in that group.
I'd love to have a decent Champions League run. At this point, I'm literally just hoping we get through.
Yeah.
And then we somehow get a lucky draw against, like, I don't know, a team like Porto. Then we can beat them. I
The fact that
mean,
you're saying you need a lucky draw even to get out of round 32.
well, what's going to happen? We'll come against Real Madrid. We're not beating them. Come up against Juventus. We're not beating them. Come
The
up
only big
against
team that you could
Barcelona.
beat is Barca,
No, we couldn't beat Barca. They thrashed us last time we played.
which was what year?
The 18-19 season.
Yeah, I mean,
But
look at the
still,
disarray Barca are in.
not as bad as us. Nowhere near
No,
as
but
bad as us.
I still think you could beat Barca.
No, I think we could. As long as they have Lionel Messi in that team, we don't beat him.
Sure, I mean, you have got Messi running at Maguire, but
Oh, don't even put the thought in my head. Oh my god, Neymar and Mbappe against Harry Maguire.
Maguire.
Oh crap. And Icardi, the ultimate fox in the box. Oh Jesus. We could lose 9-0. I'm not even joking. We could lose 9-0 if Tottenham are scoring 6 against us. I know they've got a very good front line, but oh,
It's no Neymar, is
uh,
it? It's no Mbappe.
getting Phil Jones. Getting Phil Jones. I've seen today we've loaned out Diego Dalot. Why?
He's your backup right back. I mean, they got Brandon Williams, but
He's not a right back. He's a left back.
is he a left back?
Brandon Williams is a left back.
Oh yeah, because he
I
was
mean,
coming up against our young right
our
back one.
backup
Yeah.
right back is Fosu Mensah. Dalot has serious potential. And we're loaning him out to AC Milan, which is literally the Italian Man United. a team that was big and are still big, but they're not performing.
It really has been impressive. And if you look at how they've played, they deserve another goal. And if they were to get one, that would surely put the game to bed.
It's just stressing me out how bad this transfer window has been, and we're still trying to get rid of Smalling. Sorry, but can you please just stay a season and help us out? Like,
Did you
I'll
see
take
Smalling
Small.
on loan last year? He was mad.
Picked the ball, did a brilliant job then.
Unable to keep the ball.
Yeah, it was good in Italy, but I don't. I think it'd just be the same in the Premier League as he always has been.
Hold on a bit longer to
But
see
that's
the
not
chance.
necessarily been bad. Smalling has been all right for us.
Yeah.
And of the precise order as well.
Well, it's not all about tipping balls over the
I,
bar
I
or
would,
goalposts. It's about being
I would
precise and
rather
reading players' feet.
Phil Jones and Smalling start next game
They are making headway.
than
Really, they need a goal.
Maguire and Lindelof.
On their side. Good work to win the ball back high up the pitch. Rifled against the post.
Maguire, Smalling and Phil Jones never conceded 6.
Who saw that coming? 8 to 10 men.
Sure, Phil Jones will probably give a penalty away, but
Once again, the sides are level. This is a kaleidoscope of shifting
it's
emotions.
just the club in such bad disarray, and we got to try and solve this quick. Look, well, it's either this is either a very good thing or a very bad thing. There's an international break now,
There is.
so hopefully in that time we can recoup and be like, listen, this has not been good enough. When we come back, we are going at it. If not, then welcome to 8th place, our worst finish since Ferguson left. No, that'll be our worst finish since Ferguson in the 80s.
Jeez.
Are there any more questions you want to ask me about the club before we run?
I think you've kind of answered all my questions in your rant, to be honest. Because did have some wrote down, but I generally think you answered every single one of them.
Well, if you think there's something we haven't touched upon, then you want to bring that up.
Okay, I've got one. If like being realistic, who do you need? Like, if being realistic, 2 players that you think could change the team around, change the fortunes.
What that we could get in?
Yeah, to bring it.
I'm not going to count Tellers and Cavani because they're essentially done.
They're in.
It'd be a centre back. Um, oh, do what I bring in? Save this mess. Realistic. Thing is, with United, we could.
Okay, when I say realistic, I mean like not Messi, not Neymar, not Mbappe.
Yeah.
Like,
Um, I think I would bring in. Um, there's 2 centre backs I would like. One is Rafael Varane.
right.
He's just amazing. And the other one would be De Ligt.
I don't see De Ligt coming to Man United.
I could.
Not
I
in the
could.
state that you're in now. Not when he's going to win
He wouldn't join
guaranteed.
City. They've got too many centre backs for him. He wouldn't go to Liverpool. They've got their centre back partnership sorted.
I think he's staying.
Chelsea could get him. Chelsea could get him. Arsenal wouldn't get him. They can't. They wouldn't.
They've brought in 2 centre backs anyway, Gabriel and Saliba.
Yeah. Um, Everton, if they could get the funds together, they could get him because he would play for Ancelotti.
Yeah.
I think the two clubs he would go to would be United because if he could fix that mess,
Well, not quite what he wanted to do
because
on the pass.
every person who's going to go to United is going to have it in their head. What if I'm the one to fix this?
Oh, he's really opened them up here.
Even Tellez, when he comes in,
A tremendous block.
that is going to be such a boost.
Flag does go up offside.
Because that means we got both our fullbacks sorted.
What,
Then we
Wan-Bissaka and
just got,
Tellez?
then we just got to figure out who our
Exploit the space out.
centre backs are for this season.
The thing is, as well, like,
Waiting in the middle.
if you bring in Brandon Williams for a couple of games,
I'd say bring him for the next game. If
if you
Tellez
bring
isn't.
Brandon Williams,
And a good looking ball.
Well,
and
no, because international break, Tellez will have gone back now. Put Tellez straight in.
Tellez goes straight in. Like, I honestly think Wan-Bissaka could probably do a better job at centre back than your centre backs at the moment.
Probably. He's a very defensive player.
Fernandinho with it.
That's what I mean. Like,
Anderson Talisca.
I mean, I'll keep him at right back because he's arguably. I mean, if you look at England, has the best right backs on the planet.
100%.
We
Kyle
got Trent,
Walker,
we got
Trent,
Bissaka,
Wan-Bissaka,
Kyle
even
Walker,
Trippier.
Trippier, Reece James, Lamptey, who's the one at Norwich?
Max
Uh,
Aarons.
Max Aarons. I feel really bad for people like Aarons, Lamptey, and Reece James because they're never going to get a game for England.
That's
They're
true.
all so young.
That's an effective cross aimed at the back post.
Yeah, the transfer I would bring in would either be Ranald Lit or
Losing possession.
that is a very optimistic approach. If you want like a more realistic one, either PK
Couldn't keep the
Do you
ball.
think
coming back
PK would
home
come
from
back?
yeah, of course he would. He's been there before. He'd definitely come back.
Anderson Talisca.
Or
Ismaili.
what's his face at
Well, offside anyway, albeit a tough one.
Inter Milan? Skriniar. He'd be decent.
Skriniar's a shout. What about someone like
Remind
Godin?
Chase.
Gerdon's old. No.
Yeah, but Godin for like a quick fix.
Good defending to prevent
No.
the chance.
I wanted Godin to be a quick fix
And unable to keep possession.
4 years ago.
The visitors are struggling with possession, really. But again, we've seen it before. We'll see it again. Their counter-attack play has been absolutely fantastic.
Because we was linked with him heavily for 2 years and it
Yeah.
never happened.
And a clear foul, but the referee.
That would be a real
Now, what can they
look at how far we've dropped that now we get him after he is past his peak.
True.
Pico would be good for us. Skriniar. Wouldn't mind Umti. He'd be alright. That's a realistic one because we have been linked with him.
Yeah.
God.
to have regained possession?
We don't need no more attackers. I don't even know why we're trying to go for Sancho. We don't need him.
On the ball to Shea.
The attack we have. We had the most dangerous attack post-COVID.
Forward well here.
They got 60 goals between them.
Comes to nothing in the end. Really could have made more.
Yeah, that's mad.
60.
Wait, 60
Like-
goals?
Yep. Greenwood, Martial, and Rashford got 60 goals between them. Or
Post-COVID?
was it 60 plus? Oh no, I think it was about the whole season. But
No, because it was
Waiting in the centre. He's given us away.
8.
Greenwood
Greenwood got
joined the elite list.
50.
17 goals the whole season.
And he might be through here.
Oh,
Greenwood
we're talking about
17.
the whole season, not just the league.
Oh yeah, the whole season.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the league then. I was like, there's no way they got 60
Greenwood
goals
got
in the league.
10 in the league last year.
Yeah.
Fans being put through something of an emotional mangle. Teixeira.
And the potential Greenwood does have, we need to
Anderson Talisca.
We need to,
preserve that and
yeah.
not overdo it.
And so it is, the first half story has been written.
Well, this has been a very sad one.
This has been a sad episode, yeah.
Now would be a very good time to wrap up.
I will wrap up. I'm just in the second half of FIFA, so I can't really end it.
And as the second half ends, both sides can reflect on a first half
Well,
in which they were so very evenly matched.
I mean, you've done this
I'm
perfect
gonna
timing as well, because this is my fifth and final placement match.
Leonard.
all go on a little bit of behind the scenes, but I said, Liam, we've got to get this done. And he was like, oh, we'll talk about West Ham. So I went, no, it's going to be all dedicated to United. I went, how's
Yeah,
that
I
going to
was
fill
like,
2 hours?
I
How's
was
that going to
literally
fill 2
like,
hours? I went, trust
yeah.
me.
Ismail
Trust me, I'll fill it.
from behind.
And what's he gone and done?
Takes the shot. And the keeper making
Smashed
sure
it.
that there were no scraps to feed on for the attackers.
I was just in the middle of Melton Town Centre thinking, what is
Yazici.
he talking about?
He's been the standout for his
But
side so far, don't
he's
you
done
think,
it.
Lee?
Well, there's never a bad time to score a goal, but just before half time can be crucial. And he's got his team back in this game.
Pains me
Looking
that
to the second half.
the club is
Fernando.
going downhill.
Goes out.
We're a
Yeah,
sleeping giant.
you are at the moment, yeah.
And I do believe that when we wake up, we will be coming at everything we have.
The referee knew
We
that
will
was
wake
foul
up.
play, but a
How many
Just
years will it be?
that's the question.
Fernando.
Like I said, I think we've got 10 years
You've got to say.
before we have a Liverpool situation,
Really bright looking attack.
because then that will be 17 years without a league title.
Hmm.
Leonard. Oh, lovely ball.
I can't
Into
have
the
that.
line.
That'll be too much to take.
And we're inside the final 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Untidy on the ball.
How hard, honestly, how hard is it being a United fan at the moment? So the last,
Yazici.
somewhat like the last 7 years,
Well, he's given us away.
whilst I've got 13 game minutes left, so you've probably got about 5 minutes
Fernando.
just to sum up the last 7 years
You can sense the threat is there.
of being a United fan.
There have been good times.
16,
Obviously, the cup
17 was the big
wins,
one.
Yakuru.
the cup
Out to
wins,
the wide areas.
the transfers we get in when they first get when I saw when Falcao turned up, I was like,
Really
wow,
up for grabs.
this will be good.
Di Maria,
Di Maria,
Zlatan. Zlatan was actually very good for you though.
Zlatan's been. Is that? I'll say this now. Zlatan is the second best free transfer ever
Balde.
after Lewandowski.
Yusuf Yazici with it. Xhaka.
Yeah.
And
The
Balde.
man is a magician,
Oh, it's Zlatan.
Can make
Like
trouble for
he was just never going to fail.
Yazici.
and the second season he had was not ideal, but that was after he just destroyed his knee.
Anderson
He
Talisca.
injured his knee so bad. Like that's the injury he had is a career ender,
Wilson.
and
Yeah,
the fact that he's still playing today and he's still top. Would you say top 20 strikers on the planet?
easily.
Derek, the visitors dominating
Doing
possession.
very well with AC Milan.
This could be the pivotal part
He's
of
getting
this game.
20 goals a season at
They could
AC
score with this dominance.
at the age of what,
Good chance for him here.
38? Is he now?
9,
39.
It's got to be.
Jeez.
Given the position he was in, he doesn't
39
miss.
years of age and he's still doing all that. And his spell at LA Galaxy.
Not always the
Like, I know it's LA Galaxy, but the man was just a machine there. Some of the goals he scored, like when he did that scorpion kick goal, the one from on his debut when he came on as a sub and got 2 goals.
And think, like, everyone's like,
Or,
oh, it's the Farmers League. It may be a Farmers League, and it may be a really poor quality league, but that means Zlatan is getting balls from poor quality players, and
I
he's
don't think it.
still me. I don't think it's a
I
bad
don't,
league. Like, that's not my opinion, but that's what people say.
it's a growing league.
Yeah, it's like China.
It's China and US have a very different approach. China will pump hundreds of millions into young up and comers like Oscar, like Texiera. When he was being linked with Liverpool, then he decided to go to China, or just like they'll put money into them,
Yeah,
whereas USA will go for the legends like the Lampards, the Gerrards, the Zlatans
Zlatan's.
to build up the profile. And Alphonso Davis, he came from Vancouver,
He did.
and now he's arguably the best left back in the world at the moment.
Arguably, or is? Because for
Oh,
me,
he
he
is.
is. I don't think there's an argument about it. Who is a better left back than Fonzie?
Luke Shaw.
Piss off. That's like me
Okay,
saying Aaron Cresswell.
that's a step too far.
Well, to be fair, he performed better than Shaw today.
He
Got 2
did.
assists today.
You know what? I would take a fair few of your players right now. I'll take Antonio.
I think Antonio could get into most. Antonio would get into Arsenal.
Antonio should be getting in the England squad. I don't care what anyone says.
No, I agree. 100%.
He should be getting in over Harvey Barnes, who is a good talent in himself. But why are we taking Ward Prowse again? He's been terrible. Look at his performances against Denmark and Iceland. The best thing he did on the pitch was stomp on the penalty spot. Hang on, I'll read out the England squad. So we've got Dean Henderson, Pickford, and Pope. Yeah, there's no debate about
Picks
that.
itself, yeah. Okay, who's number
Uh,
1?
Dean,
Dean Henderson, I agree with that. And I know someone that's watching right now, if he's still watching, probably wouldn't agree with that. Being
a
Drew,
Wednesday
but
fan.
what?
Sorry, Drew, I'm just saying this now. Pickford is only an international keeper. He's not good. He's the Daniel Sturridge of goalkeeping. Performs well on the international duty, but when he goes home, that's when he's bad.
Yeah.
Pope, I'd put Pope in over Pickford.
Yeah, so would I.
I do like Pope. Defenders, Trent, yeah, that's
Picks
given.
itself. Easy.
Dyer, yeah, I can
Yeah.
see it. Joe Gomez, yeah.
Yeah,
Michael
100%.
Keane,
Yep.
yeah. Maguire, God.
No. No. Sorry,
Ainsley
but no.
Maitland-Niles,
Yes, I agree with that one.
Tyrone Mings,
I also agree with that one.
Trippier,
Yep.
Walker,
Yep.
Saka,
100%. Even though I wouldn't play Saka left back, I'd play Saka on the left mid, but
Connor Cody,
deserves it 100%.
and Chilwell.
Yep.
What did I say after his debut? He is the only Chelsea player guaranteed to have a good season.
Yeah.
I think he can perform very well for them. Midfielders, we got Jordan Henderson, of course, Mason Mount, Calvin Phillips, thank you for
Oh
including him
my god,
again.
yes. Like, Calvin's performances last season were
Him
mad.
against Man City, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He that's that was fighting. That was fighting for something. That's
That's
what the
just
Leeds team
grit,
are.
and that's what
They
you need.
they
I
fight
mean,
for it.
did you see what Bamford like tucked in?
Yeah.
Really nice goal.
God, Bamford, he's had a very good start with Leeds in the
I
Premier
know,
League.
yeah.
Yeah, I've got to say, I think my first choice, if we didn't go to free agent route, my first choice would be Bielsa.
Oh yeah.
Bielsa or Ancelotti.
Bielsa's mad.
He would definitely go to United because I know he loves Leeds, but he he
It
could
depends
transform
how.
the
It
club
depends
into the
how many
superpower.
seasons. If he spends another 2, 3 seasons,
Well, it depends when he retires because he's 64.
yeah.
He hasn't got that long left. Imagine if he ended his career by saving United.
Imagine if he ended his career by getting Leeds into European football. There's another
Well,
thought.
it's crazy what he's done to. As much as I don't like Leeds, what he's done for them is insane.
Yeah.
Declan Rice.
Seeing him for the first 2 games, I wouldn't have put him in. But after how he played against Arsenal, actually after the Arsenal game, anything he was very poor against Newcastle. But Arsenal, he bossed the midfield, and then just the last 2 games, he's been so good. He went on a solo run today. He picked it up. He ran 60 yards. He didn't score off it, but he took it through like four. He took it around 4 Leicester players, and hit the crossbar in his weak foot, and it almost went in. And like, I don't know, something like that. Something where he can stay quiet all game, pick some simple passes, and then just do one moment of genius. That's for
See,
West Ham. Imagine having international talents around him.
see, this is one where he's performing well in the league right now.
Yeah.
Every single time he's gone on international duty, I have not been impressed.
I haven't been impressed with him in an England shirt as well,
And
to
to
be
be
fair.
honest, he shouldn't play for England.
No, he's an island boy.
He's already played 3 games for Ireland. I think if you've already played a game for that country, you cannot change.
I agree, but
So he's a bit like Jack Chan over here, uh, the honorary Englishman.
yeah,
James Ward-Prowse disagree with that
yeah, I
massively.
don't agree with that.
Harry Winks, has he been playing?
I don't know why Harry Winks is in the squad.
How's James Madison not gone in there?
How is Harry Winks in there and James Anderson isn't? I mean, you've
And
got
Jack,
two, you've got your two DMs in Phillips and like Rice.
right, so do you disagree with this midfield?
Yes, completely.
Uh, no, I
I'll
mean
take.
like the one I'm about to say.
Okay.
So I'm going to use the formation that England play.
What 4 1 2
Uh,
1 2? Diamond.
would you disagree with um, Calvin Phillips CDM,
Calvin Phillips holding. I agree.
Henderson, and Mount centre mid, and Grealish at cam? How has Grealish not earned a start?
I actually wouldn't. I know you've left Rice out, but I wouldn't disagree with that.
Well, like I
I
said, he
think
does
if we're
well,
winning
but
the
he's not
game, 60th minute, you bring Mount off, and you put Rice on just to secure a bit more defensive prowess. If you're not, you keep Mount on. Like, I think I agree with that.
Grealish is sensational. How he, I don't know what Southgate has against him. I really don't, because it's not like Southgate goes against those. He doesn't care what club you play for. You play well, you get in.
Which
I
is
don't know
good
why he
to
does
see,
it.
actually. Which is very good to see.
It's the point of Roy Hodgson had. He would always choose the big club players and leave out Jermaine Defoe, who was getting 20 goals a season. He'd leave out Mick Antonio when he was, if you look stats wise, he was the third best player in the league considering he only joined in January.
Mark Noble.
Mark Noble, yeah.
How has
Made
Mark
Mark
no-
Noble
How has
retire.
Mark Noble never got one England cap?
Made him retire internationally. He was sick of it.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I can retire internationally when you haven't been called up.
True.
Um, and then the forwards, Tammy,
Yep.
Harvey Barnes. I agree, but I would have taken oh, what's his face? Who did we say?
Oh, lead
Uh,
striker Bamford.
Bamford. No, was it Bamford? Wasn't Bamford.
English
Definitely
wingers.
Bamford. Harvey Barnes ain't a striker,
Oh,
he's a winger.
Antonio.
Antonio, that's it.
Yeah.
I'd swap him for Antonio. Harvey Barnes has plenty more time. We've only got a short while for Antonio to. Because how old's he now? 30?
Yeah, he's getting. He doesn't look it, but he's getting on.
Calvert-Lewin, of course.
Yeah, DCL has to grab a start.
Ings
Yeah.
had a good last season.
I mean the fact that Danny Ings is getting 22 goals a season with Southampton.
Harry Kane, of course. Captain Kane.
Yep.
Marcus Rashford.
Yep. Greenwood
Sancho.
would be there, but you know.
That's the only reason Harvey Barnes is there. Because
True.
Greenwood. I would swap out Ward-Prowse. I would be a man and just swallow my pride and put Foden and Greenwood back in. I'd take Ings out for Greenwood.
Mm,
Um,
I wouldn't. I'd take Barnes out for Greenwood.
no, because I'd swap Barnes for Antonio.
Antonio. Yeah, I guess.
And then Raheem Sterling, Sancho.
Yeah. We got a lot of forwards.
We need to sack Southgate though.
Really?
Yep. Again, the man, he's a bit like Ollie. Has no idea what he's doing.
True.
I know he got us to a semi-final, but who did he beat to get there? Struggled against Tunisia, beat a farmers team in Panama, and they are a farmers team.
Yeah. That's. Yeah.
Lost to Belgium. Then we only just beat Colombia. Beat Sweden. Then lost to Croatia. And then in the third place match, we then again lost to Belgium. I know in the UEFA Nations League, he made it through to like that semi-final thing, but then we got thrashed by the Netherlands. What big team has he beaten?
Don't
We
know.
can't. Uh, Rory from the kick-off, Chelsea fan Rory said it perfectly. We cannot waste this talent on Southgate.
Mm,
We need to get someone in who can do that, and I have a few in mind.
okay.
I said I wouldn't because I don't think he's ready, but looking at it, I feel like it'd be alright for him. Eddie Howe would be alright.
I agree with that.
Um, they could get. No, I think the perfect fit for England would be Mourinho. Mourinho would be the perfect man in charge.
Yeah.
He'd win us something. Not Mourinho all you want, but he wins. Why is a better manager than Pep? Pep wins, but if you give him 400 million just for a fullback,
Got a point.
to me, top five managers of all time: Ferguson, Clough, Mourinho, Wenger, and who do I go for? Who's number five? This is a tough one because Pep is in the conversation.
I
So
mean,
is
surely Ancelotti's in
Ancelotti.
the conversation. Yeah.
He's in the Sir Matt Busby's in the conversation. Bill Shankly,
I
the
was about
Liverpool
to. Bill
manager.
Shankly's, yeah, Liverpool.
He was great.
He remember when I say remember when, like we were born. I was watching a documentary when he retired, like about when he retired, and like Liverpool were in tears. Like Liverpool fans were actually in tears when Bill Shankly retired.
Bill Shankly really did dominate a country
Yeah,
for a while. Not to the extent of Ferguson, but he did dominate. And of course, he always gets overshadowed by Clough. But that's because Clough did it. He made Derby and he made Nottingham.
true.
Clough could build clubs, but he, I think his history is very romanticised.
Yeah,
Won one league title with Nottingham Forest in the entire time he was there. He was there for 18 years and won one league title. Of course, two European championships is
back to
amazing,
back as well. Yeah,
back to back. But he wasn't that smart without his assistant manager, Peter Taylor. Them two together just unstoppable. And then when Peter Taylor left for Derby, Brian was never the same. He sold the players who made the club, slowed the centre down, became an alcoholic. Then Peter died,
yeah.
and it just sent him into a spiral. You ever watched his final ever interview as Forest manager?
No,
So sad to watch because he's like, "Hello, thank you, young man. How are you doing today? How are those beautiful children of yours? They're good, Brian, but I can't. How are you feeling? I'm happy. I'm a happy man." And then like the guy's like, "Well, getting relegated with Nottingham Forest. How do you feel?" And I was like, "Well, obviously on this front, I'm not so happy, but sad to watch." That's the thing, though. When this is why I don't get why Wenger gets the hate he does. The worst Wenger got on was sixth. Clough got Forest relegated and ruined the club.
and he's still an icon.
Still the second best manager in history of football.
Yeah.
There will never be an Alex Ferguson
I
again.
was about to say, do you think anyone will top Fergie?
No.
I don't think anyone can now, just because I think people probably have the tactical genius that Fergie does. I believe there are people out there, But football's now a business. If Fergie got appointed in 2002 or 2005 or God forbid 2010, he would not have lasted that long.
1986 to 2013, he managed in so many different. He started managing in 1974, did well in Scotland, became a Scottish manager, didn't do the best there, but then got the job at United. Didn't have the best starts there, and then he got sacked, but then he did well after that,
Could you imagine
shall we
if he
say.
sacked Fergie?
Oof. We would be a very different story. Um, and it was like 1986 to 2013, so many different eras, finished on top.
You know what? I didn't have a tear in my eye, but I got emotional when Fergie left. It wasn't even my club.
I've been
It
emotional a
wasn't even
few
my club.
times. I've been emotional a few times about United. The first one I remember was Carlos Tevez leaving the club. I got emotional about that one because he really was talented, and we killed his passion for the game. Don't know why we thought we'd him. Then Ronaldo leaving, my favourite player back at the time. Well, Giggs has always been my favourite, but Ronaldo was the star.
Yeah.
I suppose Aguero made me a bit upset.
What, 2012?
Yeah, did I tell you the story about what happened with that?
Were you in a pub?
No, I wasn't. I was
Alright,
at home.
someone else then.
Got the Sky Sports thing on. Jeff Stelling.
I'll big up Jeff.
Got it all on. It's Man United game had just finished. We beat Sunderland. It was 2-1 QPR. Looked at my dad. I went, "Can I go get some celebration Haribos?" Went, "Yep." Gave me £1. Leave the house. Leave the house. It's 2-1. Go to the shop. Literally, it's on the corner of my street.
I know which shop
Hey
you're
guys.
talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey now. Walking back, I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna enjoy these."
Celebrating Haribos.
Get back. My dad is stood in front of the TV, eyes and mouth wide open. He just looks at me and goes, "Kian, you might want to sit down." Why? You've not won the league. And I just look at the screen and I generally think it's a joke. I'm like, what? No. No. And now went from a celebration Haribo to a pity Haribo. Oh,
Oh, brilliant.
I'm just glad we won it the year after that.
Yeah.
You
That is
know,
fucking brilliant.
I want to say this now. If I had known back then that that would be our last league title for a little while, I'd have celebrated it a bit more. Because I think at that point I was literally like, I'm used to this. Whereas if I could go back, I would cherish it a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a better time back then, even with Aguero happening.
In 2012, we won more silverware than you did.
What did you win?
Promotion playoffs.
Okay, if you want to count that.
No, I don't. I mean, we finished third by like 15 points. We deserve to go up. But I don't want a Poxy or trophy. But I mean, it's silverware in it, and it's West Ham, so.
Are we good to wrap up now?
We are, mate. So that was Kian's rant on Manchester United. I've hoped you enjoyed it, and I hope I gave some content there as well. But like I said to start with, this was kind of Kian's episode, just getting everything off his chest that he's seen at the club and about the result today. But yeah, I've hoped you enjoyed the content today. Thank you all very much for watching, and goodbye.